Hi, everybody. It's Annalita, better known in YouTube land as Naturally Niani. And I just wanted to kind of join in and do the I Teach Too tag. I've enjoyed seeing the videos, and it seems like a lot of fun, so I'm going to do my best to tell you guys about me. I do not have any fancy equipment or a really nice camera. It's just me and my cell phone here. I'm not even going to tell you how this thing is propped up, but it's got limited storage. This video is cut off several times, so if it seems like I'm talking real fast and trying to get through it, is because I am. So here we go. Question number one is, what do you teach and where? I am a middle school special education teacher, and middle school for us is 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Technically, I guess my title is Learning Behavior Specialist 1, and I teach in the suburbs of Illinois. I have yet to have the CPS experience, but the schools that I've taught in have always been about 25, 30 minutes from the city of Chicago. Question number two, how long have I been teaching? I have 4 years of experience behind me. This year is my 5th year. Yay! And let's see, I think that's it. Yeah, this is my 5th year. Question number three, did you always know you wanted to be a teacher? The answer is yes and no. My mom actually predicted that I would be a teacher, and to go a step further, she predicted that I would be a language arts teacher. She says that I'm always correcting everyone's speech, and I'm always like a human spell checker of sorts. So she is convinced that although I've been teaching math for the past 4 years, I've been the math co-teacher, that I somehow will end up in language arts. So seems like she may be right in the end, but don't tell her. I was always that kid that I wanted to get all the neighborhood kids in the backyard and teach them spelling and reading and anything except for math. But yeah, I was that kid. I wanted the teacher's books and I want the teacher's edition. So it seems like I always wanted to do that. But I got sidetracked. I did study journalism at Columbia College. That's my undergraduate degree, broadcast and print. So I did some print reporting as a local print reporter. And then I had the privilege of working at Channel 7 News for a little while, but that just was not the lifestyle for me. I wasn't able to be myself. So within teaching, I was able to be myself, and here I am. Question number four, what is my teacher outfit of the day? Obviously, it starts with big hair. As you guys can see, my head wraps are always a part of it. I love my head wraps. I have everything from regular scarves to African head wraps to head wraps that I design myself. I am just in love with head wraps, so you guys will see that as my videos progress. Outfit of the day could be absolutely anything. I'm known as the teacher that'll wear t-shirts and tutus and Converse to school. I do not do heels. It is a rarity when you see me in heels and know that I am struggling and my feet are suffering if I'm wearing heels. But I love my Converse. I love my big prints. I love my loud colors, my big earrings. I think everything about me, I love big earrings and big statement jewelry and big hair. So I'm pretty much the teacher that dresses kind of loudly. I think my kids love it. I definitely love it. I think sometimes my coworkers give me the side eye, but it's okay because they get used to it and then they grow to love it too. It's just part of my personality. Question number five. What do I bring for lunch? I don't have a fancy answer. I definitely don't have a healthy answer. I am a proud plus size woman. I like to eat. My husband likes to cook, and he loves me with food. And as you can see, I am plenty loved. I don't have a great answer for this question. I need to do better. So if you guys have any meal planning tips, I get bored very quickly. Meal planning does not work for me. So yeah, there may be anything from like kettle chips to a Snickers bar in my bag. So I don't have a great answer for this. You do not want to follow my what's in your lunch bag tips. I'm not that person. I tried meal planning and I ended up throwing a lot of the food away because I get bored very quickly. So question number six, my favorite books about teaching. I am ashamed to say I have not had the luxury of reading a book. Reading books is a luxury. That means you have time to yourself. You have space to yourself. You can concentrate. And just for the past couple of years, I have not had that luxury. But the book that stood out the most in my undergrad experience was Love and Logic. I'm very big on respecting our young people. I don't think all the time that every teacher remembers to respect our young people. And I think if they feel respected and they feel loved and you combine that with any behavior strategies or things that you have, you can totally win them over. And more importantly, you can make a connection with them that will help you. So Love and Logic, and I know that's probably an older book if any of you guys have read it or had exposure to it. If you have any book recommendations, please let me know. I'll probably have to get it on audiobook because once again, I kind of lost that thing that I had when I was able to read a book a day. So if you guys have any recommendations, let me know. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Question number 7, favorite teacher movies are Lean on Me and Stand and Deliver. Those are the two that I just think, maybe it's a cultural thing. I don't know, because I'm thinking of both movies and they seem to be the ones that I kind of connected to the most. I love what Real Rap with the Reynolds said about having a little bit more diversity in teacher movies. It would be nice to see some ladies in teacher movies doing some great things and not bad teacher who's doing naughty things. Not that that's not funny or not that that's not needed, but there needs to be a little more diversity in teacher movies. But those two are the two that I remember that made an impact on me. And yeah, that's it. Question number 8, my favorite teacher, her name is Alexis Wallace. I do still keep in touch with Mrs. Wallace to this day. Hi, Miss Wallace. If she happens to get a chance to watch, I absolutely adore her because she was basically school mom. I don't think I had her in class. I don't remember having an academic lesson with her, but I remember getting the love when I needed it. And that love was unconditional. It was whether I was doing right or whether she thought I was doing wrong. So I like to think that I brought her teaching style and that style of loving the kids no matter what, that unconditional love, knowing they can come to me, knowing I'm going to fuss at them, knowing I'm going to give them that look, like seriously, but knowing that I'm not going to do anything except love on them and help them. So Alexis Wallace was my high school class sponsor too. So all 4 years of high school, she was my school mom. So Miss Wallace, thank you. Question number 9, who are my favorite YouTubers? And I'm kind of watching my timer because I got limited space, so I'm sorry if I keep looking down. My favorite YouTubers, oh my gosh, I could do like an honor roll for you guys. There are so many teachers that have inspired me to stay in teaching. I had a little moment where I lost my position. I've had a moment or two where I've lost my position, and I have a mentoring group too. So it's a very emotional experience when I have to leave schools, because this year specifically, I have 30 girls on my roster in my mentoring program, and I had to stand in front of them at our annual tea party and say goodbye to them. So that's a very emotional connection that I have to school. So when I lose a position or their staff cuts or anything like that, where I have to go to a new school, it is very emotional for me. I wear my heart on my sleeve. So that had been difficult for me, but I digress. My favorite YouTubers, LaTanya. Oh my goodness. Smarty style. I think you're kind of where I started out with watching the YouTubers and totally getting addicted to you. I love that you're able to accurately articulate so many of the things that I'm feeling, like whether you're having a good day, whether you're having a bad day. I love the fact that you cook. You work out, you have a connection with your family. And I know a lot of times you feel like you don't have it all together, but from what I see, you have it all together, girlfriend. So you should feel really good about that and know that you are definitely inspiring others. You and I have made a connection. One fab teacher, Miss May. Miss May and that big smile. Oh my gosh, I feel like a firstie when I watch Miss May, and that is in such a good way. Like, she totally motivates me and inspires me, and the minute I press play on that video, I can't help but smile and feel connected to her, and just feel connected to my profession and feel that love and that motivation that she gives out. And oh my gosh, that smile. So Miss May, thank you so much. Real Rap with the Reynolds is a recent addition. He knows I've been kind of stalking his page and making a comment on everything that he says, because I agree with most of I'm getting flustered because I'm that excited. I agree with so much of what you say, and you're just so cool and so awesome. I mean, who teaches hip hop and plays like live karaoke? So I promise one day I'm going to come and sing some bad live karaoke with you. But I love your live chats that you do. I think you've seen me chiming in on those. And I just love your candor. I love your candor and your honesty. And I love that you're different. You never have cookie cutter answers to things like teacher tags. And, when people ask you questions, you're just real and you're raw. And it's just dope, man. I just love it. So keep it up. Lastly, too cool for middle school. Oh my gosh. Anytime one middle school teacher finds another middle school teacher, it's instant bonding. But there's just a warmth and something genuine about your channel that I was just attracted to and drawn to. So all 4 of you guys have definitely inspired me to be a better teacher and to do big things this year. So I just want to say thank you and mwah, and keep up the good job. And I'm going to continue to watch you guys and stalk your pages and make comments and all that good stuff. Question number 10, best classroom management tip. Oh, wow. Well, I kind of wrote down some notes, and I see one thing and it's in quotes and it says the teacher mom look. The one thing I do is a lot of nonverbal. Because I'm in special ed, a lot of my students, when you are trying to correct a behavior and you're doing it out loud and you're disrupting your own lesson and you're putting the spotlight on them, that's not always the best way to go. So I have a couple of nonverbal cues, which because of time, I can't share them all. But one of them is the Post-it note connection. I'm the Post-it note queen. And so one of the things, if one of my students is determined to disrupt my lesson or, is determined to stop another student from learning, sometimes I just write them a Post-it note and I say, hey, what's up? This isn't your normal behavior. This isn't expected behavior. What's up? And the Post-it note will literally say, what's up? And that's just a way of communicating. And sometimes they will write me back. You'd be amazed at the things that I get back and how that helps me communicate with them. And it curbs the behavior because I'm not just trying to address the behavior. I'm trying to address what's behind the behavior. Kids never want to misbehave. It's not an innate thing with them. There's usually always something behind it. So I've gotten things as simple as, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand this. I'm confused, to I didn't get any sleep last night, to my tummy's growling. I don't feel well. So I've experienced a lot of different answers, and that nonverbal communication where they know that you care, and they know that you're trying to connect with them and not just discipline them, all the time. That works for me. Question number 11. One reason I decided to become a teacher. The reasons for becoming a teacher are like Lay's potato chips. You just cannot choose one. So my struggle in middle school, low self-esteem. And it's funny because a lot of my classmates, I'm so outgoing and like lively now. That wasn't the case back then. Middle school is just a really, really tough place where a lot of students are bullied or just not feeling their best about themselves. So I'm there to hopefully prevent a lot of the students from having to go through that if they don't have to. My daughter went through school. Me being a special educator, I just kind of dropped the ball on the fact that she had anxiety disorder. Who would have thunk it? I thought everything except that because she's my child. I mean, that's just how we are. It's human nature. And I dropped the ball on that. So being a special educator, I'm able to intervene. I'm able to help communicate with parents. I'm able to help parents accept and understand, when their students don't learn like everyone else. So my daughter's a big part of that, and she is also a big part of the name Naturally Niani. Niani is her name, not mine. My mentoring experience, oh my gosh, part of wanting to become a teacher is I knew that I would be able to be a mentor to these students, and I made it even more formal. I have a mentoring organization, and it's Right mentoring, but it's really intelligent girls hang together and really intelligent guys hang together. Miss Right, Mr. Right. So my mentoring experience is, it's basically meant, like I said earlier, to prevent any other students from having to go through what I went through and not having that adult outside of your parents to talk to. Lastly, I'm a firm believer in diversity in education, diversity in the student body, and diversity in staffing. I firmly believe that this is an awesome, diverse world. We all fit in, we all belong, but our students won't get an opportunity to learn about other cultures if teachers are not hired that look like them. So I'm a firm believer in, and when I say diversity, most people go, well, every teacher can't be black. Okay. diversity doesn't necessarily mean just African American. Diversity includes everyone, all teachers of color. So that is one of the things that I am very passionate about and that I believe in, and I'd like to think that I make a difference in giving students that exposure to the African part of me being African American, of me being a Black woman, of me being a woman. So diversity is very important to me, and part of wanting to get into education was bringing my experience in. Everybody has a unique experience regardless, of what race they are. So that is very exciting to me, to be able to give students that exposure, give them that connection, and have them walk away with that experience and sharing with them. I learned a lot from my students as well, through them being a part of different cultures. I've tried different foods, different dances. Hopefully there's no video on those dances, but I've tried a lot of different things, and I've learned about so many different cultures. So diversity in education, and especially in staffing, is mega important to me. So I do believe that is it. I keep looking at the time because I'm so excited. I think this time I came in just in time, but I just want to say thank you to all of you, especially LaTanya. You and I have been connecting and talking, and I've been watching Smarty Style like crazy. And I did accept a new teaching job. I know I said that I wasn't going to be teaching anymore, and I was just really down and depressed, but I did accept a new teaching job, and I'm so ready to go, and I'm so ready to share my experience with you and just kind of hang in there. And I'm very grateful for this community of teachers and the YouTube community. You guys are super awesome. I don't have a great outro for you guys either, so I'm just going to say goodbye and try to give you guys a killer smile. Thank you for watching. Bye.